Today we're going to talk about how to stay motivated when learning a new language. And this isn't just applicable for language learning, it's really applicable for anything. Hey guys, it's Ruby here and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. I'm so happy that you're here with us today. So before I actually jump into the motivation part of this video, I did want to just quickly what's going on with my face, alright? Because I know you've probably noticed, or maybe you haven't because you really don't care, but maybe some of you have noticed that I have been breaking out, and I'm going to be honest, it does really suck. It's something that makes me pretty self-conscious, but this is just a message for everyone who may be dealing with like breakouts or any other outer exterior thing that makes you feel self-conscious. It's like things happen, that's a part of life, but you shouldn't let these things stop you from doing what it is you love. And being able to do these videos, filming, it's something that I love, that I truly enjoy. And so I'm not going to let breakouts or anything in particular stop me from being able to film the videos I love. And I hope that if you guys want to do something you love, you don't let anything outside of you stop you from doing what it is you love, because life is short and at the end of the day, this really doesn't matter. So now let's get to the motivation part of this video. So here's the truth. Motivation is something that is very short-lived. It's there in the beginning when you start any journey, which is cool because you feel all pumped up and ready and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I got this. But then time passes, and as we all know, as we all have experienced at some point, the motivation starts to fade. So you shouldn't depend solely on motivation. There are actually two questions that you should ask yourself. Number one, are you able? Am I able to do what it is that I desire? Yes, of course, we are more than able, we are more than capable of doing anything we set our minds to, with the exception of certain limitations like flying, because that is still something that we have not defied, the law of gravity, yet, but maybe someday we will. So are we able? Are you able to actually take on this journey of learning a new language? Well, if your answer is yes, then great. Now here is question number two. Are you willing? Are you willing to dedicate the time that is required of you to actually learn a new language? Because learning a language does take time. It's not an overnight thing, though. How awesome would that be? Learning a language takes time. It's a lifelong journey. If you think there's actually a destination where you're gonna get to one point where it's like you're fluent and you got it and you don't got to like study anymore, yeah, you are dreaming, because it really is a lifelong journey. Anything you decide to pursue in your life, you are going to commit to that thing for the rest of your life. Of course, if at some point you realize like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, it's totally cool. But if it is something you do desire and you see yourself doing in your life, then just realize that it is a lifelong journey and there's no competition. Competition really is just an illusion. It's really just you becoming a better version of yourself in the process. So language learning, are you willing to dedicate the time that is required of you? If the answer is yes, then you're on your way to learning a new language. Progress over perfection every time. So number two would have to be change your point of view. So a lot of people are kind of like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, change your point of view to I get to do this. Instead of I have to study this today, say I get to study this today. I get to improve in this language that I'm so eager to learn. I get to keep on evolving and become a better version of me in the process. And I get to advance more and get one step closer to being that version of myself I see, being able to talk and converse with people, being able to read and understand these amazing TV shows or music that I love listening to and watching. It's all about point of view, because if you do not look forward to something, that you're more likely than not to do it, because it has to be something that you're actually excited about doing. And if you're not excited, then it's probably not the right goal for you. Number three would have to be know your why. Why do you want to learn this language? What is it about this language that calls to you? Why do you want to learn it? Why do you want to be able to converse in it? Are you just trying to impress people? Or are you just trying to be like cool and be known as someone like successful because you can speak like, I don't know, like 5 languages or 10 languages? Like, what is your why? For me, my why is really because I love certain languages. I mean, I don't want to say I love certain languages. There are certain languages that really do call to me, like Japanese and French, but more recently I've been very into Japanese because, I really love Japanese language. I'm very passionate about it. I love the culture, I love the music, the food, and I love watching anime. So I don't know, just the idea of being able to someday travel there and also be able to converse with people and learn more about the cultures and who they are things that certainly excite me and give me my purpose of why I want to learn, and it's why I always look forward to it. And even on the days when I may not feel like studying, I still do it because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get to where it is I want to be. And I'm determined at this point to commit to that lifelong process. And I also understand that if at some point I don't want to anymore, that's okay too. But for now, this is it for me. Number 4 to be motivated is really just knowing that a little goes a long way. It's not about getting there fast. It's not about beating anyone. It's just about enjoying the journey. And like someone said, life's about the journey, not the destination. And ain't that the truth? Just think of this as a part of your routine, sort of like brushing your teeth every day. You do that every day, showering every day. Just make it into a habit. And you can start off a little each day, literally. It doesn't have to be like 2 hours in one sitting or 1 hour in one sitting. It can literally be just 15 minutes that day. And then if you want, you can gradually start increasing the time that you spend studying. Not spend, invest studying, you see? Change your thoughts, change your life, that you invest in studying in that language, because it does take time. And rather than doing it in one sitting, you can also just break it down into little increments throughout the day. Like when I started like my music type classes, like ear training and all that, instead of doing like one whole sitting, what I would do is I would break it up into like 15 minutes 3 to 4 times a day. And it's crazy because I learn and advance so much with that. Like you literally don't have to sit hours just to get something. Just break it down and it'll work, you know? Baby steps. Last thing, to really remain not motivated, I really love the word inspired. So you will hear me actually say the word inspired, because motivated, as I said, it's very short-lived. We want to be inspired to do what it is that we love, that we feel called to do. So number 5 would be literally give yourself a break. Like it's okay to take breaks. Like you don't have to study every freaking day. Like I tend to do that, I'm not gonna lie. But when I feel pretty tired, as of lately, there are times when maybe like 1 or 2 days I will give myself a break. Well, actually maybe like 1 day. But it's okay to give yourself a break, because sometimes like burnout really does get to you, and sometimes a break is exactly what you need in order to get back into it. Like I kind of like to think of the brain as a muscle, because it kind of is, right? It's kind of like, you know, you work out every day, but then like there's like 1 time out of the week or maybe 2 times where you give your body a break because your body needs to recover. And I kind of think of the brain like that too, because my brain gets tired of just like studying all day every day, you know? I like being able to do other things as well, which is why I also wouldn't recommend trying to do like you're studying all in one day in one sitting. Like you have a life, do the other things you love. Don't just feel like you have to dedicate your whole life to this thing, because like I said, it's a journey and it takes time. And you just have to enjoy the process and be patient, because you will get there. But it's really about just remaining inspired and taking the baby steps, because there's also this other saying that's like slow and steady wins the race. And honestly, I couldn't agree more. So I really hope you guys found this video helpful and inspiring, and you feel ready to tackle your language goals or whatever other goal you may have in your life. Let me know, what are your current goals with language or with anything that you're currently doing, because I'm excited to hear from you. So thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos each week. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.